Hello, humans of the internet. Good morning. Good time zone, I should say. Um, Welcome to Azurhia Under the Hood. Um, I have been. I had an idea. Everyone who knows me, whenever I say I've had an idea, they go, Jax, what are you doing? Um, so I've sent out a few invitations to be involved in what I've called alpha testing because we're not even at beta yet, which is going to just be a little bit of kind of playing around with character stuff to kind of see, just to like workshop some stuff out. So one of the things I've done is I have made a brand new Discord server. Look at that. And I'm going to start pulling people into that, but we're not going to do that today. However, if you are watching this and you are interested in being involved in this super early stage of playing around with some character stuff, and you're not already on my list, get in touch. Give me an email. If you are, you should have my email address if you're interested in this stuff. If you don't, then that's weird, and you should drop me a line in some other fashion, so that I know that you exist. That would be great. In the meantime, I think we're just going to stick, for today, we're just going to stick to working on these ancestries a little bit further. See what we haven't done. We did all our little icons last week. So we're just going to play with these and get them kind of a little bit more expanded out. Okay. Field communities, gnomes are fae. Cave to Azurhia from as you can probably hear, my throat is still not 100%. It's better than it was. I'm going to take that as a win. But yes, I'm probably not going to talk as much as I sometimes would, just because I'm trying to avoid having coughing fits on screen. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Boom. Small in stature. What am I trying to say? They are hardy, robust beings. Yeah, we'll leave that at that for now. They do have dark vision because all fae have dark vision in my world. Ooh, vision. There we go. Genetics and reproduction, gnomes can have natural children with most other fae beings. Most other mammalian. Though any species That's where we've been putting. Gosh, it's been a while. I've like lost my train of thing. Ancestries. Yes, life expectancy. 600. Okay. Gnomes reach adulthood. 70 rotations and can live to be trying really hard to avoid getting too deeply into like prescriptive stuff to do with personality because I hate that. Okay, biological traits. Those things, that's where we're putting those. Yep, perfect. Cool, average lifespan 600. Rotations, lightweight length, geographic distribution are found across area. Look, go away. Thank you. Let's refresh that. Oh, hello. I forgot you called that part of the furniture. Yes, well. It's fun. It's a fun name. Oh, why didn't it? Why didn't it? Why didn't it? I clearly put line breaks there, bro. Why aren't you putting the line breaks in? Not you. Go away. Oh, because you're looking in the wrong place, you doof. Okay, never mind. Please do not pay too much attention to me right now. Another one in there. And that should do the thing. There we go. Cool. Alright. So we've got that stuff is pretty sussed. I worked out how to attach manuscripts, by the way. That is a thing I did over the weekend. Over the weekend? I don't know, at some point since the last stream. So now when you look at, I'll show you. If we go to continents, and then we go to Olend, and then we go to Althea, and then we go to Althea, and then we go to Circle Creek, and then we go to non-player characters, and we go to Gerald Peridot Gerald Flutterwing. See how it says is seen in story bits from the vault? Now you can actually read story bits from the vault. And it's got them there. It needs a bit of formatting and stuff, but the text is there. So this is just where I'm going to be pulling out bits and pieces from the existing Discord from the previous seasons of Gallant Horde. Okay, I think that's pretty much that for them. No, not you, sorry. I got sidetracked. I know it's easy. Gnome. Okay. Cool. This is a dumb song. I don't like it. Remove from this playlist. Play something less dumb. Okay. All right. I think I'm happy with gnomes. I think I'm happy with gnomes. All right. Let us roll again. 24. Goroka. I feel like I might have actually already done Goroka. Let's go see. Maybe it was one of the others that I did. One of the dwarf races. The Goroka. Come on. Here we go. Goroka. Well, let's just do it this way, then I'll be able to see if I've done it. Nah. Okay. So. Gora. What? Apparently I haven't done any of the dwarfs, otherwise that would exist already. It's all good. Okay, wow, really? Discovered by Gorka are hill and mountain dwarves. They are short in stature, but built like the mountains from which they originate. They tend, I'm going to use the word robust again. Robust, muscular. I like the word robust. Alright, dwarves. Did we give them extrasensory stuff? We did give them dark vision. Okay. Genetics and reproduction. Gorka. Beings. I'm trying to have some wiggle room with this, but not too much. And the reason I don't want too much is because I feel like if everyone can breed with everyone, eventually everyone's a mongrel and there's no distinction between all of these different beings. But I want some level of ability to do that. So I'm trying to follow something that is kind of a logical genetic approach, in as much as you can have a genetic approach for fantasy beings, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with that. Alright, so 4350. Crap, I just looked at it and I've already forgotten what I looked at. 40. Okay, Gorica are typically found in mountainous but there are now many individuals. That's not how you spell individuals across area. I am going to go and get a jumper. I'll be right back. The rest of my house is very warm because all the heaters are on, but when I have the door closed to stream, there's no heater in this room, and when I get cold, I cough more. So, hence, jumper. All right. I think that's probably good enough for that. Biological traits, we already did them. Yay, I love it when I've already done the work. I just need to put it in the appropriate spot. Huh? What just happened? Oh, fuck's sake. No, do the whole thing, you dummy. There we go. 350 rotations. Might leave it at that for now. So that's probably good enough for now. Okay, I can go away. Roll again. The only problem with doing it this way is I have no idea how many we haven't done. Orlini. Go away. Oh, marsupials. So I actually really think we probably need to break these categories down a little bit more, but I'm gonna not. My plan is that when we start doing character workshops, if we'll do it as we go. So if people pick one of these Kalikasani races or species, we will kind of dig deeper into it at a workshop level, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to open up one of these. Okay. Characteristics of marsupials. They are. I don't really have an Australia style. I'm going to say they originate in Ijala. Maybe not. Maybe they originated on Fistral. Maybe we make a, not Australia obviously, but a Antipodes-esque location on Fistral. Because at the moment Fistral is just big desert. That's like all I have. But I now found across Azurhia. We may need to write more, but what are we calling these guys? Orlini. Orlini. They are Galakasani. No. No. Orlini resemble the animal things from which they evolve, as with all Kasani. There is some variance as to how this manifests. It could be ears or we'll leave it at that. It leaves it up to people to kind of just see what they want to do with that. To open the things so I can see what I've already put in there. I don't think we've got much for them yet. Oh, fuck all. Nothing, in fact. Cool. Alright. That's great. So we get to make it up. Orlini reach adulthood at I'm gonna make this 20 and can live up to 100 rotations. I'm gonna leave those blank because I feel like it's gonna actually vary quite a bit. Okay. So the one thing I really want to give them is pockets. Orlini have natural physical pockets. Where they their babies grow into then their first rotation in safety when an Orlini does not have a baby in the making. Not have a baby occupying said pockets. They can be used as extra storage. I just had this mental idea of like someone being like, oh gosh, we need, I don't know, matches at your Orlini party member is just like, oh, hang on, here we go, matches. Like they just have this extra kind of bag of holding situation going on. Okay, What else are marsupials famous for? I don't know very much about marsupials. Big ears. I suppose we could give them hearing stuff. Their skulls are small and compact. Give me something interesting. Look at these cute guys. They're so cute. I guess the big thing is the pockets, huh? Little baby wallaby. Okay. I feel like marsupials are another one of those things that just doesn't quite fit in with the rest of our picture of what animals are like. Which is always interesting to me. Humans constantly try to categorize everything, and nature is always going, whatevs, bro. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them the. We gave it to the hearing thing. Kabili, did we give it to them? Might have. No, we gave them heightened perception. Who have we given ears to? Big ears. Big ears. Lots of hearing this. I'm sure I've done it. I'm not sure who I've done it for. Arvati, those are the like hedgerow folk. Heightened smell. Okay, well it'll be the same mechanism as that. It'll just be hearing instead of. Okay, so that goes into here. Noise. And then that can go into here. And this can also go into there. Okay. I need a second thing. Maybe the second thing is dependent on the variant of animal. The fun naming conventions are going out today. Look, it should come as no surprise to anyone that I am a little bit whimsical. And pockets are exciting. As a woman living in the world, let me tell you, pockets are exciting. So it's actually going to be the same as what I've done with not you, the other one's Avati. This, basically. Bro. Do as you're told. Thank you. Orlini possess a natural skill appropriate to the specific animal, such as heightened fist attack for kangaroo, ambush for koala because drop bears, etc. Discuss with GM. No, we'll leave it at that because we're going to break these down later. Like, we're going to go into the details of the different little categories as we go along. But that's exactly why I want the workshops, because I feel like if I sit here and go through it, I'm going to miss stuff. But if we're doing it in a group, it's going to be a lot easier to manage. All right, what have I said? Refresh for me, please. Exactly. Can you imagine like a rogue, a koala-based rogue who has the ability to just like onto someone, like an assassin rogue style kind of character? You'd have so much fun with that. All right, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to find out 100. That's what I said. Yeah, 100 rotations. You could have so much fun with that. Originated in the wilds of Fistral, but now found across Azurhia. And the rest we're going to leave because it's going to be much more specific to the different. Alright, so I'm going to make them D8s. We said, what did we say? I've already forgotten. 20. 100. They will be medium. They will, which is 1. Run speed is going to be the standard. Climb speed is going to be the standard, unless it is changed. And then we just need to add our natural skill. This needs to be 3. This needs to be 3. This needs to be bold. Bold. This needs to be bold. I think I've got that formatting right. Let's find out. Let's find out. No, too many over here. Not that one, this one. It's weird. Maybe it's because I did that. I do want that one there. Put back. Gracias. There we go. That's what we want. Alright. We have too many here. It's very odd because sometimes it like reads the just enter bar and sometimes it doesn't, which is why I'm using the line breaks, because it just gives it a little bit more. That, oh yeah, okay, sorry. Let's get rid of one of these guys. Wait, no, I don't know why you're doing that. There we go, that looks better. Cool, okay. Heightened hearing is missing. What? Go away. Yes, yeah. Boom. Boom, boom. Refresh. Okay, there we go. Cool. Alright. That should not have been as much fun as it was, but it was. Go away. Again. 7. Automaton. I feel like we've probably done automatons. But let us see. Go away. You can go away. Key mechanics. Playable ancestries. Because I did quite a lot of the A's before I got bored of doing things in order. uh, that's the most me thing ever. I'm going to roll for which one I'm going to do because doing things in order is boring. But I actually think these guys are pretty much done. Oh no, they're not. Look at that. All right. Fair enough. Constructs everywhere, so that's not relevant. Automatons are mechanical. No, let us rephrase this. Have mechanical bodies, but their souls were implanted. Implanted. Oh my god. This means that the being inside the machine is likely to have memories of being a different species unless the transfer happened at a very young age. Okay, we definitely did the... I thought I gave them the thing I gave. Well, they have dark vision, so we'll throw that one in there. I want to give them the same... no, actually maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. I was going to say I was going to give them the same thing as the androids, where they can try, like, redistribute their resources, but actually so much depends on the story behind the creature, the story behind the robot, as it were, because it depends, right? However, we will give them these things, because that makes sense. So although we didn't write everything out, actually most of the work has been done. Boom. 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 Okay. Did dark vision, genetics and reproduction, automatons cannot reproduce in typical natural ways. They can build other things, I guess, but that's about it. All right. An automaton side an automaton shell will have how am I trying to say this? This depends. Sorry, I'm trying to think about how to phrase this. An automaton will reach adulthood at roughly the same rate as its origin species. However, the automaton body is functionally immortal given enough maintenance and while they can be damaged and even killed, they do not physically age. Okay. They don't have any of those things. I guess they probably don't need to eat. Automatons do not need to eat or drink, though they do need regular maintenance and must recharge for at least, I'm going to make it less than usual, 6 hours per day. This constitutes a long rest. Okay. I love how our conversation has moved on, and yet the last thing in chat is just drop bears. Given sufficient maintenance. Wait, length, geographic distribution. All of this is very depends. Okay. This is. Wait, what? Did I manage to move? I don't know how I did that, but anyway, that's fine. Disease, immunity. Okay, let's have a look. How do we look? We need to put another one of those there. And one of those there. And refresh. No, man. What is happening? I don't think we need that many there either. Refresh. We're getting there, folks. Refresh? Alright, it's thinking. It's thinking. Wow, it's thinking real hard. Everything else is pretty much done. Oh, I do need to actually add these playable tags. Oh my god, what is happening? Okay. What I might do is just make Matt Twitch. Open them all and just make sure that playable tag is added. Oh, can I do it from here? That would be really useful if I could do it from here. No, you can't add a tag from here. Oh, you can. There we go. That's what I want. In the wrong place, though. Aranya, playable. Akadis, playable. Android. Arahe. Avati. Asmani. Tomaton. Playable. Balu. Playable. Batiolu. Playable. You know there are going to be a number of people who want to play an Android. Yeah, I know. That's fun. I'm actually I was talking to Adam about this, I think, and saying how I'm gonna have to like sidelong wander back into the Wolfenwood community just to be like, oh hey, I'm making this game system and it's super duper furry friendly. Because you can play just about any animal in this particular game system. Because of the way I've built the lore around nature and how it connects to people in this world. And while I wasn't specifically building a TTRPG for furries, I feel like this particular um, the way I've done this is going to be extremely friendly to people in the community. Um, and honestly, the furry community made Wolfenute, like no lies. It would have been half the size of what it was if it wasn't for that community. So it's always funny when people in Wolfenute get mad at me for being like not anti-furry, and I'm like, why would I be anti-furry? Super creative people who just want to have tails. What's wrong with that? That's way better than a lot of other things that people do in the world. um, so yeah, that may be my. I suspect that we're going to potentially get quite a lot of buy-in from there. Fun fact: if you're just encountering me, I'm keen on people doing creative, lovely things and making beautiful stuff and making the world nicer. And I don't really give a fuck what else they do in their lives if that is their driving force. I know that I like live in super alt communities, but it still boggles my brain how weird people are about like furry culture. Like, why is that more weird than, I don't know, 90% of what people do? Why is it more weird than sports? Because think about sports for a second. Just for a second. Just a bunch of grown people, like rugby, right? Bunch of grown men chasing after a tiny leather ball and like getting real in each other's spaces about it. And then everybody dresses up in the same color, like some kind of crazy tribal thing, and gathers together to scream at these 22, she says hesitantly because she doesn't actually know that much about rugby, people running around on a field after a pigskin. It's bonkers. Why is that less bonkers than dressing up like a wolf and developing a whole character around that wolf? Explain this to me. I don't understand it. That is war trading. Right. And furry culture is peace trading. Maybe that's the whole problem. You've hit on something there. I mean, you're not wrong. There is something about that, like about the tribalism of it. Yeah. Yeah. But if someone wants to spend hours and hours making a beautiful cosplay of a character that they invented and wearing that, that's somehow weirder. It's not weirder. It's really not. Anyway, I realize that I have unusual attitudes about these things. I don't entirely understand patriotism, is another thing about myself. Like, I can appreciate roots. I can appreciate, like I definitely have roots in Africa, and I feel that really strongly. Um, and there are, the reason I settled in New Zealand is because there's a lot about New Zealand that I really love. But that doesn't make me blind to either of those places, the faults and problems in either of those places. And I feel like patriotism often expects you to not see the faults. Which point I'm like, go read Civil Disobedience. But, Anyway, we're skirting really close to stuff that maybe we should just not. This is why I make my own world. Because the real world's a dumpster fire, so I'm just going to make one that is nice. It would be great if this little menu down the side would like follow me down the list. That would be awesome. like tiny little bit of functionality that would make my life easier. But that's all good. Patriotism is often the veneration of real estate over convictions. Whoa! Bro, did you just make that up? That is brilliant. That is brilliant. You're so right. Wow. Wow. That is wow. I feel like we need to put that on a sticker. That's brilliant. And accurate. Very accurate. The thing is, though, that that's actually a relatively new phenomenon. Like, it's not that long ago. I'm talking, like, my teen and 20s. Like, my teenage and 20s. The concept of patriotism felt much more, and maybe this is just because of where I was, I don't know, but it felt much more like it should come with criticism. Because in the same way that, well, yes, I know. Um, I'm aware. In the same way that a real friend, like if you have a friendship with someone who will absolutely look you in your face and say, you're being a muppet, you need to stop. That's real friendship. Like that's the real deal. And I think that patriotism is the same. That in order to be a real patriot, whatever that means, in order to really love the place you're from and want it to be good, you also have to want it to be better. And that criticism and thoughtfulness and interacting with the civil structures of your place, wherever it is fundamental to that concept. Loving anything uncategorically without ever questioning it is problematic, whatever it is. Because we are people and people are never perfect. So I think that real love, whether it's for a person or a place or even a like fandom, has to be critical. And I don't mean that as a negative. I mean that as a desiring it to be better than it is now. Because if we're not learning, we're stagnating, folks. To get mildly political for half a second, I posted something. I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook anymore, but every now and then I'm like, this needs to be a public thing. And I posted something about how when I was 14, I watched apartheid end. And I had grown up to that point, I'd grown up really entrenched in the apartheid system, right? I was the daughter of a white farmer, the blonde-haired, blue-eyed daughter of a white farmer in South Africa. I was the epitome of someone who was benefiting from the system. And one of my earliest political memories is Nelson Mandela being released from prison. And then I was 14 when apartheid ended and South Africa put a democratic government in power. And what that means is that was like super politically formative for me. Like that's where I started becoming politically aware, was in the midst of watching that happen. Which means that deep seated in my soul is this absolute conviction that things can change. Things can always change. You can, in fact, oust an oppressive system and replace it with something better. You can, and I know that because I watched it happen when I was 14 years old. So, there's my little piece of hope for you, world. As helpful as it may be. Alright, back to automatons. Oh, I actually got slightly emotional about that, but there we go. Here we are. Alright, I think we're done there. Gorica. Did we just do Gorica? I feel like we just did Gorica. Right? Pretty sure we just did them. Yeah, we sure did. Roll again. 32. Jaskin. I suppose I could just do this to see if I've done them already. No, okay. Jeskin are essentially the drow of this world, the Cabin Elves. Except in Jax's world, you're not automatically evil because of what species you are. Because that's racist, folks. Sorry about it. Wizards and also Pathfinder and also almost every fucking TTRPG I've ever played has always had this quality of like this almost Tolkien-esque undertone of like some things are fundamentally good and some things are fundamentally bad, and that is just not how people work. So they are pale with uncannily large eyes. I think that is probably all I need to say there. Jaskin. I wonder if this is where I should be using this. Same species with different phenotypal characteristics. Maybe this is where elf should be, and this should be Fae. Yeah, so I've done the Gorica wrong. Edit. No, you're not. Go away. Remove the song from the playlist. There we go. Different thing. Thank you. What about mantle elves? Oh! Below the Earth's crust is the mantle. Like lava shit. Oh, I don't think I've got any lava stuff. Now I need lava stuff. God damn it, Matthew. Alright. So that's not actually right. This should be dwarf. Come on, bro. And this should be elemental. Okay. Well, this is like my Jaskin are pale because to me it makes sense that if you live underground you would be pale. And I've never understood why drow. I actually, for years of playing D&D, always assumed drow were pale. Like in the pictures, they're blue. They kind of have a blue skin, and I've always interpreted that in my brain as like so pale they're blue, right? And because to me that makes sense. If you turn over a rock, the things you find under that rock are usually like white. Because if you evolve underground, you probably don't need a lot of melanin. And then someone was like, no, drow are supposed to be dark skinned, and I was like, what? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Anyway. Apparently I don't have a Darklands. That seems unlikely. I feel like I've maybe just not... Oh, maybe I haven't actually. I haven't really gone too deep into the whole Darklands thing. Make one then. Darklands. Still not entirely sure that's what I'm going to call it, but... Alright. Jaskin have the tall then physicality of all elves. They have extremely pale skin and large uncanny eyes. I'm imagining like am I remembering right? See, like the huge eyes, that's not the person I'm thinking of though. Fun fact, Jade, my character Jade, was based quite heavily on Double Trouble. Double Trouble crossed with like Tybalt a little bit from the Toby Day books. There's a bit of that going on there too. Anyway, like eyes that are too big because again, seeing in the dark, right? And large uncanny eyes. They have extremely long, almost spider-like limbs. Who was a spy for the Horde? Jade. Jade was they. Absolutely they, them. Because Changeling can be anything. And Jade's approach was very like, what do I feel like being today? Oh, Double Trouble. Double Trouble's also they, them. I'm just saying. Because again, shapeshifter. But yes. What a great character. Like, just a really fun character. Like, that trickster kind of... So good. Dark Vision. Yes. I did it. I didn't even look that closely. Oh, yeah. Temporarily a spy for the Horde. Yes, but not us. Not our Horde. Their Horde. But yes, you're not wrong. If you have not watched that particular She-Ra, it's well worth your time. It's very, very good. Okay. Tricky is funny here. I mean, in theory, so was Jade. Although, more specifically, Jade was a spy for Angeline. But Jade went into the metamorphosis and did some digging. Jaskin have exceptional natural hearing. Wait, have we done this? Ah, crap, I've closed all the other ones. I'm not sure how I've done that. That's fine. I know I've done another one of the which one have I done? Galassi, maybe? I know I've done one of the other elven ones. Yeah, there we go. That'll be the same. That will be the same as well. Nope. Jaskin originate from the Darklands. Some individuals are now found on the surface, but they are a deep-seated distrust of the sun, and so but they are still relatively uncommon. Okay. Right. Biological traits will be this direction sense. Feel like they need a second thing. We gave Galassi no feet and tundra survival. don't remember if we've done the other. Let's see. Jaskin. I'm just looking for the other. Man, it doesn't like those. Mara, I think, are the wood elf peeps. Ah, we haven't done them yet. Okay, I might just leave that for now. That's not right. That's not right. 600. Mostly still found in the Darklands. Maybe we could call it the underneath. I want a name that isn't too. The problem I always have with like Underdark feels what did we say? 700? Crap, I've already forgotten what I wrote. Underneath? Yeah. Like again, it's trying to avoid those connotations, right? They're like like again in D&D, you know, the Duragar are bad, the Drow are bad, the like all the Underdark beings are bad, and that's just dumb. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. I mean, it makes sense to me when I think about the fact that it's based on, Tolkien-esque fantasy, which was fundamentally kind of racist, because it was of its time, right? I suppose I could give Jaskin some kind of shadow thing. Like, who else have we got? I'm just gonna do a little bit of a thing into some of the other Fae folk we've already done. Kembai, Kantana are elves. Avanti, I think I've definitely done them already. Let's just see. So, okay, fairy resistance is a bit duh. Changelings are very specific. I mean, I'm proud of myself for. Oh, I thought I'd done the Katana. I'm proud of myself for the fact that I have, for the most part, managed to be quite specific. But there are certain things, like, to me, it would make sense that if you're an elf, there are certain things that all elves, like the dark vision. If you're Fae, you have dark vision. End of story. The other thing I really want to do is that all elves have a variety of skin color, so their skin color can be pretty much any color. The variation is based on, like, the Levanti are darker colors because they're tanned, because they're desert. The Jaskin are lighter colors because underground. The Galassi, the snow ones, their skin color can be anything, but they're covered in, like, white fur, so you only find out what their skin color is if you get close enough. Like, so there's the Mara will be mostly natural colors, so greens and browns and like that kind of camouflage. Maybe they even have like camo pattern sometimes. Just get away from like the humanoid. Because, again, what is even the point of... I need to refresh that, I guess. Nope, I've still got to put another one there. Good way to identify each other, like zebras do with their stripes. Yeah, maybe. Okay, I think that's probably good. Where are we at? 6:16. I've got 15 more minutes. Should we do something different for 15 minutes? What do we think? Can sometimes go like most viewed articles. It's all the deities, mostly. The Iron Hawks, wow. Cool. It's just interesting to me to see what people are interested in. Most comments. The shadows, really interesting. It's just shortly making eyes at things. This is one of my favorite articles because I know everything there is to know about the lost city of Argonon. And then that is all I wrote because it's a secret. Funny. Alright, most liked. Oh, these are the ones I've just been throwing in as I go along, which I need to probably organize still. The Darklands is... My character cannot be from Argonon. Nope. Your character cannot be from Argonon. I don't know what you would call this. My butt, really? Someone thinks they're funny. I wonder who snuck that one in there. I don't know what to call it. Region, maybe? That probably makes as much sense as anything, eh? What did we say? The underneath. What I wish is when I changed a name, it would change it throughout. But it doesn't do that. The underneath is a catch-all term for the regions below the surface of Azurhia. Realistically, it is a whole world unto itself. Region is accurate, yeah. I'll leave it at that. Oh wait, I've got to actually say, no, you can publish that. Everything's published because everything's a work in progress. And I want people to be able to uncategorize articles. Oh. Guess it goes under continents. In as much as it goes under anywhere. Ah, I see. Okay, so we need to change this. move this. Wait. There. Cool. Alright, what else is uncategorized? Titan's teeth. Not going to write much there for now, but we're going to pop that in. Cool. I'll put you into, let's just do it this way instead. Yep. Just gonna do some gentle rearranging. I'm just imagining some primordial being sleeping under the earth with their mouth open. Well, maybe there is. Maybe it is. Mesari is a continent. And we're going to... Ah, crap. That's what I was trying to avoid doing. Oh well. Go back. God damn it. That is going to go into there. Why are you trying to put it in the saucer lads? No. Oh, you motherfucker. Oh no, maybe I did put it in the right place. Oh, good. Excellent. Uncategorized. Jala. I think my problem is that I why do I have 50,000 Charlotte Sims? Oh, I think it's because the actual article for her is not right. Yes. I don't know why there's two though. I feel like there should only be one. Let's just go in there. Oh, maybe. Interesting. Okay. Huh. Maybe I didn't have the Sims on there. Interesting. Okay. Well, anyway. Uncategorized. I guess we'll just delete the duplicates. With Archie. Delete the duplicates. Pretty sure Sims is just the family, so I guess we'll pop that into there as well. Evelyn is an island in the Silsilades. I think what's happened here is every time I've needed to just like throw an article in to connect something to something else, I've just made the article and not done anything with it, which is not ideal. Marama. Open. Open. But this is why every now and then I have to actually update my stuff. Horde diplomacy. What am I even talking about? That I'm gonna just delete. I don't even know why that's there. Then we have a million untitled ones, which are probably just things I started and didn't finish that it's saved. So we're gonna delete them all. Do some cleanup. Just watch me do housekeeping for like 3 more minutes. And I sent out some email invitations to certain select individuals who I would like to pull into the creation of this. You can, if you have let me know that you're interested, you will get a Discord invitation fairly soon to my essentially test Discord. We're just going to have some to respect the creator. Well, I think what it is anytime I've started one and then gone, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. It has made an untitled, which is not ideal, really. It is not ideal. Alright, so dryads are in fey creatures. I didn't even know what this is about. I guess we'll put you just in Althea. And then these are silver leaves, so they go into Silverleaf family. That's from when we were making thingies. Sylvan is a language. I don't even know if we have a language section yet. Probably here. Yes. Being creative means shifting topics when the time is right. Oh, yeah. True. True. Languages. Is this the ethnicity? Yeah. What I might do is oh. Untitled files, yeah. I think that it is just inevitable, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna put those. Oh god damn it. That can go into there. Elf, I assume it's the species elf. Yep. So that's gonna go into Bay creatures, Elthian monarch, rank. Cool. I guess that's gonna go into. Let's dump it in Althea for now. Anyway, that means no more uncategorized articles. Everything is categorized. And that was my alarm, so I have to stop now. That's me for the day. So I will be sending out some Discord invitations fairly soon. It's going to be very, very workshopy in there. Um, but if you're interested in hanging out and helping me make this world in that space, join me. In the meantime, I'm going to go away and do my boring day job. I love you guys. Hang in there. I know the world is hard right now, but my response to darkness is to make beautiful things. So I'm just going to keep on keeping on and hopefully create a little corner of light. That's all we can do, right? Um, love you very much. Stay safe, and wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have a beautiful time zone. Adios.